difference between an opera and an operetta? Coming from a professional opera singer who has done both. I will not be consulting the dictionary for this one, just explaining it to you from my personal experience. So, the easiest way to explain it is that opera is usually more grand, it's usually more complex, and operetta is much more like ba 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 ba. Operetta is more like boppy tunes with some dialogue as well. Opera usually doesn't have dialogue, although sometimes it does. An example of that would be Ariadne auf Naxos by Strauss. Very much an opera and has dialogue. Anyway, I digress. Opera is much more complex. Operetta is usually more humorous, more funny, more comedic, lighter topics, happier boppy music. I think of like Poor Wandering, the Pirates of Penzance. Another operetta example would be Die Fledermaus by Strauss, different Strauss from Ariadne. And opera can be much more like Wagner, like Viking hats, but also bel canto, so like long legato lines, singing that goes on and on and on. I mean that in the best way. Operetta is usually going to be shorter as well, and opera is usually longer. Although this is not always true, you do have some short operas. But operettas pieces will also be shorter in length. So they're not going to be, for example, in opera, we have something called an aria. An aria is like a featured opera solo moment. In operas, the arias can sometimes be 15 minutes long. But in an operetta, it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes long, maybe even shorter. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if I can answer anything else.